The RagingGill versus Ebikes. Subscribe to the channel.
Today we would this gonna be page 3 of the RagingGill issue number 2. I got my little thumbnail book, and this is be the little thumbnail for page 3. It's got 4 panels. It's gonna do shot of the craft with the drones flying beside it, around it. And then gonna do a little cockpit. A picture of the cockpit with a comm link. Let me see what I put on this tablet for that page. Okay. Alright, so this is the sketch I already did on high paint on my Android tablet. I was thinking about trying to do finish this book in that on my Samsung, which one is this? The Light 6 something light. But I mean, it's small and stuff, but I got comfortable with my iPad finally, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna quit playing around and finish my books in the iPad. But I did do a couple of pages already in high paint, and I did do page 3. So between this and this little thumbnail sketch, yeah, I'm gonna work off the 2. It's my tablet doing some updates. Start working on panel 1. So I think I'm gonna go more with the thumbnail I did, because it's more of a angled perspective than the one I did on my tablet. I think I'm gonna go in between the 2. Got another little specialty eraser. I got a thing about collecting erasers. I found these at Dollar Tree. That's why I couldn't resist it, because it was at the Dollar Tree. I actually got another eraser pencil around here somewhere. I think I got two of these that's square like this, and then I have, because I had bought one from Hobby Lobby too that's similar to that. But this came from the Dollar Tree, trust me, it was a lot cheaper. Okay, I gotta do some more detail with this too. Once I got put a reference in from the first page and do that. Fix that. Hey, man, that's moving pretty fast. Okay, and this another shot of the ship. happy with that. Like I said, all that is going to be, you know, all the details and stuff will come with the inking process. I'm not trying to make this penciling, sketching difficult. I leave all that extra details and stuff for the inks. And when I can do it with the tablet, where I can really play it with the digital tablets and digital art programs. Like, if I want to make his head bigger, you know, I just the shape tool and enlarge it, shrink it, or whatever, you know, until I'm happy. So, you know, you can do all that extra stuff with that with those apps and those digital programs, art programs. And, you know, coming from a traditional art background and stuff, you know, it took me a long time to convince myself to take advantage of all those digital art things without doing everything traditional. But with my hands, me having carpal tunnel, I think you can see where I had surgery right there. And also on my elbow. But that was on the right hand, but it didn't show that much improvement, so I didn't do it for the left hand. That's why you see me wearing this a lot of times on the left side. It's a little worse for wear. But anyways, so with that being the case, I've really decided to take advantage of the digital art programs more so than I would have in the past. So I've been really working on trying to learn the programs and stuff like that. That's why I brought up the other YouTube guy that I follow, because I watched his channel a lot and learned how to use a lot of this, like Procreate. But anyways, yeah, in the books. And this is probably where I'm going to cut to my e-bike, the e-bike life. So be back with some e-bike stuff. Part 2 to my the little things you might need to you know, save some money when you're buying like used e-bikes and finding deals and bargains on like places like Facebook Marketplace or whatever your local place that's similar to Facebook Marketplace, where you can, you know, people are selling like used items and stuff like that. Even sometimes maybe like a thrift store or something like that. Or you might run across somebody who, you know, they might have wrecked their e-bike or something and dented or bent something or tore some wires or whatever it may be. And they selling their e-bike like way cheaper than you know they go for. So some of the little things that can make it a lot easier for you to do this, because I know sometimes this stuff can be very intimidating. Like you're like, the wires are confusing and all that. They're really not. Once you learn them, and I know, like me, I don't like to solder, and it took me a while to get pretty like halfway decent with soldering, but then I learned that hey, you really don't need to know how to solder. I mean, to do what we need to do. But anyways, let's get to some of the stuff you can get to make it easier for you to get into this repairing and like splicing wires and stuff on your e-bikes. Like even for those e-bikes that take small plugs And for y'all who don't know what small plugs mean, that would be in, like the plugs like this. They consider these like small plugs when you're talking about controllers. And these are not considered waterproof. You can make them waterproof by putting like silicone and stuff around them and try to waterproof them. But this is considered waterproof plug right here. These plugs. So say you have a controller that takes small plugs and you have this is a display wire anyway, a connection wire. Say you have a display that uses this plug, the waterproof connection, but your controller takes small plug connections. So you can order this. This was probably like $9, $8.99. You might can find it cheaper some other places like AliExpress or whatever. But I don't mess with AliExpress too much lately. And yeah, so this can convert your small plug controller over to a waterproof connection. For those, I mean, it's probably a little more expensive to go this way, but say you got a favorite controller that you like and you're changing controllers and you found a controller that you like that takes small plugs, but your display uses waterproof connections. And if you want to be able to use it with a small plug connection, you can buy something like this. Or you can order these. They sell these in, depending on what connection you need. They sell the male and female versions separately, or you can get sets where they sell it like this. A set on like 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever you might need. They sell them in sets like this. In this way, you can wire your own connections. It'd probably be cheaper to do this. This would be a little more expensive, but if you don't want to go through all the the hassle of wiring it yourself, you can buy this adapter. And it comes in different pin sizes. See, this is a 3-pin. Orange is usually for 3-pin, for 2-pin. Green is usually for display, which is, I think this is what, 6-pin? Yeah, 5, 6. It could be 5 or 6 pin. Comes like this, green. Sometimes you have these, they're black. Display joints are black. Or different configurations, but they sell these in all different configurations, different pin sizes, and usually the color is coordinated with how many pins it is. So, and they also do that with they sell them with the small plugs also. You got the female plug and the male and female plugs. I think this is male, this is female. Vice versa. One of the two, male and female. And you can just, put this on. Say you have one of these and you're trying to convert it over to a small plug. You would just take one of these and convert it, hook them together and convert it, and put some heat shrink on it and stuff to make it waterproof and stuff like that. So yeah, so we're gonna go over some of this stuff. And this also comes in different configurations of. How many you might need. See, there's 3 wires. The 3 wires are usually for throttle or pedal assist. And even though this is white, green, and red, when you wiring it up, you can make it whatever color you want for whatever color, as long as it's 3 wires and you remember which one is which. Like you can designate the green for the negative, or the white, or the red, whatever one you prefer, and whatever way your plugs might be that you're trying to make an adapter for. But yeah, the three wires is usually for your throttle or pedal assist usually, and your power wires for like your lights and stuff like that, usually like the red and black, two wires, 2 plugs, usually for stuff like your lights or your also you'll have 2 wires for your brake shutoffs. Okay, and that's what these red ones usually on your 5-to-1 or 6-to-1 wire cable. The red usually is for brake shutoffs. Okay, guys, y'all following along? And this, like I said, this is for 3. And this is usually for your throttle, maybe your throttle. Also, this color is used for your pedal assist. This. All right. So now you say, okay, that's good to know that they make these, and you can order these. You could order like bags of these, like 12, a dozen of each. And that way you have them on hand whenever you come across a bargain. You know, you saving $300, $400, $500 on a bike or something because somebody's selling it because they tore up the throttle wires or something like that. You have the wires available. All right. So say you had the wires and you're like, man, okay, that's good to know, but I don't like soldering. So they make these solder wraps. I don't know what they're called, but they like soldering and heat shrink wraps all in one. And they make different that I normally would use for these small cables, which is the white ones. They're very small. So what you would do is you would use a tool. If you're looking for the right tool that I would recommend these kind of like automatic strippers. And it's a crimp tool. It's like 3-in-1 or 4-in-1? So you can strip wires, crimp wires, stuff like that. So what you would do is put this wire in there and strip it back. So you strip that back. And say like, all right, say we hook in. All right, for reference, this is 3. Let's say you wanted to make an adapter plug for the waterproof throttle cable or something. What you would do is, all right, first, I'm gonna peel this back some. Take it back some. Then you're gonna strip this red cable back some more. I don't know where I got these. I got these from like Amazon or something. But Harbor Freight sell them also and stuff. I'd go get the ones from Harbor Freight. They might be a little better. You take this. It's not the right size. Normally I would use the white ones for these, but you can use these red ones also. And you slip it through like that. And then you take the two wires that you're connecting, and then I would twist them together. This is how I do it. Twist it together. Then I fold it back over like that. Then you run the heat shrink back over it into the solder meets where the two wires meet at. Then you take your torch. You can use a heat gun, but I have a torch. And you heat that solder up. See that solder melting? Once that solder melt, you just shrink down the heat shrink. So the heat shrink, keep it connected. It's the solder. You don't have to worry about, whipping out the solder and solder gun and stuff like that. And then you would do that with all three. So you do that with all three. You have to let it cool off. And once you do that, you take a bigger piece of heat shrink and put it over it, and then you heat shrink it again, covering all three wires. And there you go. You made yourself an adapter, converting from small plug to waterproof. So when you have those bikes and stuff where it's a different type of connection, it's no big deal. You can just convert it. Just take some time. As long as you have the little equipment, if you got the right equipment, you can easily convert that. Not only can you save some money and buy used parts and repair, you can do repairs and charge people and convert this stuff for people. It's a lot of stuff you can do. But the key thing is saving a lot of money, especially right now when times are hard. The more money you can save, the better. But I do have a soldering gun, iron, whatever you want to call it. And I really prefer it if I did have a soldering gun. They do have a little soldering gun type thing. But I have this. This one you can set your temperatures and stuff like that. And I actually like this one. I have one of the old school style ones, but I like this one better. I do have the soldering. So when I do have it, but I don't use it too often now, because with the e-bike stuff, I just usually use these heat shrink stuff, because it's like 2-in-1. You waterproofing it and you're soldering it at the same time. So, okay. So that solves that problem. But they also, if you say you don't even want to deal with solder at all, they also make the kind that you crimp also, which is similar. It's also heat shrink on there too. So you crimp it and you still will heat it up to, melt the heat shrink. I have a crimping tool, this one. Trying to see if it's big enough to use with this. You know what? I'm just have to put it in here. Okay. All right, so what you do is fold that back, put that in there, pass that, and then you crimp it down. Yeah, that crimped it. Okay, then you do the same on the other side. Oh no, y'all got that. So you take red to red. I'm not gonna leave it on there anyway. I'll probably end up cutting it. Just using this for examples. So then you crimp it. Alright, see that's crimp? And then you do the same thing again. There you go. You let that cool off. So that's how you crimp it. You know, I burnt that wire a little bit. And then if you want it, you do that with all three, and then you come back with the heat shrink. Yep, so you put the heat shrink on that, and then you cover all that up. You cover it up like that, and then you hit the heat shrink to cover it up. Usually all three though. Bam, like that. I'm not gonna do it though, I'm just show you how that works. So they sell this, which you probably can get from Harbor Freights also, or you can order it off Amazon, but they sell it to you where they come in different size heat shrinks. Just see these that I ordered already like tubular, even though the bigger ones come kind of flat like that. Or you can go to Harbor Freight and get them in rolls like this. That way, say you wanted to heat shrink your whole cable, to waterproof it or something over something, they make it on a tube like this where you can buy it in a roll. And it comes in different size, different colors. So you can get like 3, 4 different colors if you want. Yeah, so these are just some of the little tools of the trades, and these little kits like $11, $10 and stuff like that, maybe $20 for these little kits. And then you want to get, you can get you some classic strippers. You can use these kind of strippers if you prefer, electrician strippers. But I find it makes it easier if you just get you this type of automatic strippers, because this will strip any size that'll fit in there. This one you gotta, know the size of the cable and make sure you're using the right size, or you might mess it up and cut it too short or something. And these are crimpers. All right, we got one more example that I have for you. And this right here is, say you want to do the opposite. Say you don't have any of these, and say you want to repin something. And repinning it is what this is, what I was just showing. So these are called, I will put it across the screen what these are. These come in different, you could buy kits where you got different pin sizes. You got, this contains 150 pieces, and it's you have 6 pin, male and female. Four pins, male and female, 3 pins, and 2 pins. And I also believe they make like 5 pins. And of course, I think they make 1 pin ones too. But anyways, so when you're doing these, so we're gonna do like we did before. We're gonna strip the wires back using our automatic stripper. All right, and here's the pins, the male and female pins. You're doing the pins. Alright, this is real tedious too because it's small detailed stuff, and this is what I usually have trouble with because my nerve issues. Okay, first, alright, let's get this worked out. Okay, let's go with this. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to close this up some, basically. And so you want to start the pinning process a little bit, just enough to close it up some. Alright, so now you see how you got that in there? Now, let me see which side is the, alright, this is the female end. So you want to take your wire, you want to put it in there up to where it sticks out on the side, but you don't want to go too far. Right there. And you want to squeeze that down. See that? That was perfect. Alright, you want to go ahead and close this one. Pin that like that, and then finish pinning that. There you go. And that's how you pin that. Alright, then you want to take that and see, make sure, like if you want that in the middle, you gotta make sure you're sticking that in the right slot. You don't want to do all that work and end up sticking it in the wrong slot. So then you just push that in there all the way to your click, and it's seated in there. Alright, that's pinned. That's how you pin that. Alright, now we're gonna do the same thing but on the opposite side. So same thing, opposite side. Oh, sorry, my hand is shaking this time. Alright, so let's see, put that in there. Alright, and then same thing, opposite side. You want to slide it all the way up past there where you can see that the wire sticking through. And then you want to squeeze it down. There you go. Perfect pin. And then you want to do the same thing. You want to squeeze this down some. Get it started some, so when you stick it in here, it's already pretty much started. Squeeze it down again. There you go. It's not as neat as the other side, but it's good enough. Then, like I said, with that one, you want to make sure you're sticking it in the right slot, which would be the middle slot. And if you look in there, you can tell which direction you need to put it in there. See how it looks in there? See this little slot right here? It's what locks it in place. So when you slide it in there, you'll hear the click once it gets past that point. So, hear that click, there you go, it's good. Good to go. And see, sometimes I like to take this, because if it's leaning over too far, sometimes you want it to be, you need to bend it back over in place. There you go, guys. See that? And that's how you pin. That's how you pin your JTS or J something S connection plugs, small plugs. There you go. And usually, mostly like your hall wires, use these with 6 plugs. So learning how to do this pin will help you out with when you have to repair hall wires like these. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Like these wires. See, this is a 6-pin connection, which I have some in here. Let me show you the other side. See, which will be this. And alright, so see, it's the same as this. So you would pin this up, and this would be the side with the pins, with the actual pins. You see, you would make your hall connection wires, usually coming off the controller. So if you had to if it comes with a different type of small plug connection, and say your motor actually uses this kind, you can change them. See, this type of stuff will come in handy. Say somebody had motor wire that was damaged and they frailed it, and you had to cut the wire and fix it, repair it. If you knew how to do this, that wouldn't be a problem. If you know how to repin, if you have a pinning kit. See what I'm saying? A lot of times people they mess up their motor wire. They're like, oh man, the motor's no good no more. This and that. That's not true. You just need to repair the wire. There you go. Somebody might get rid of a $1,000 e-bike because they messed up the motor wire. And you just come in, oh man, the motor damage. Okay, you sell it to me for what? $300? Okay, I'll take it. There you go. You got a $1,000 bike, and all it cost you was the cost of a kit, little wiring kit. It probably cost $12. See what I'm talking about, guys? I learn how to do this stuff, man. Save you some money. A lot of times, you guys, especially you young guys, y'all spend all this time on TikTok and stuff watching those silly videos. You could be learning this stuff, wanting to bike and stuff, and you're like, oh man, I just don't have the money and stuff. And I'm like, man, you can search those used markets and stuff and get you a bike and repair it yourself. Save you a lot of money. Save your parents a lot of money. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for that. I just know a lot of these young guys keep hitting me up about these speed controllers and speed limit wires. I'm like, learn this stuff first, and then you wouldn't be asking me these questions, because once you learn this stuff, you'll learn these wires. You won't be scared to to mess with these wires, because whatever you do, you'll be able to repair it. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. Peace out.